Hello, I'm Rachel Simpson from the Apprenticeship Hub, and I'm here with...
James Atkin from Humber Energy Skills Training Academy.
Lovely. James, do you want to tell me a little bit about your role at the Humber Energy Skills Training Academy?
Certainly, yeah. So I'm the centre manager down at Humber Energy Skills Training Academy, and I'm also an electrical tutor as well. So my day-to-day role is the overseeing of the centre, coordinating the apprenticeships and the study programmes, as well as teaching my cohort of learners as well.
Lovely. Sounds busy.
Very busy, yeah. We're really busy at the moment, which is good.
At the Humber Skills Training Academy, what actual apprenticeships do you mainly deliver?
So our three core apprenticeships are electrical engineering, refrigeration, air conditioning, heat pump technician, and domestic plumbing and heating.
Okay, so you're actually into some of the newer sort of green.
Certainly are, yeah. So we sort of encompassing the net zero policy of pushing forward green energy skills, yeah.
What apprenticeships do you deliver and how are they commonly delivered?
Okay, yeah. So like I said, the electrical apprenticeship is something that I deliver, and we've got another tutor that delivers it as well. They are block release programs, so they come to us for 2 weeks, return to the workplace for 8 weeks, give or take, with the scheduling, and they last in total 4 years. So that's the electrical apprenticeship. The plumbing apprenticeship is also a block release model, but that's 1 week with us, 4 weeks at work in a workplace, similar time frame. And then there is the refrigeration, air conditioning apprenticeship, which again, 2 weeks on, 8 weeks off, and that is 3 years in total.
Gosh, they're quite long then.
Quite long, yeah. So it's a common misconception with apprenticeships, but they are very long, yeah.
Yeah, there's such a wide ranging area, because I worked for one where we did 12 months of training, all work-based. They never went to centres and things.
Right.
So it's interesting to hear from different providers the different perspectives of how they're actually delivered and get that understanding that for some people, an employer, they're not going to have to facilitate an apprentice going into a centre every week, for example, or giving them that time off job because they're going to be... because it's block delivery instead,
exactly,
which is more unusual, really.
It can be, yeah. So the reason why we tend to do block delivery is because it suits our employers, because a lot of them work out of town, they don't often work locally. We have a schedule, they know for 2 weeks that apprentice is needed with us, and then for the further 8 weeks, they can do their on-site training and development, so it works really well.
So you said sort of about the average time that the apprentice spends in the centre then, so it kind of covered that, because I was going to ask about that. But...
yeah, in hours, it's between 800 to 1,000 hours, typically, depending on the programme.
Over the full length?
Over the full duration, yeah. And a lot of that can be covered on-site as well, so again... we do all the in-house stuff, but we also go out to the apprentices on site as well. Do
you find that it's good for the apprentices sort of building that sort of camaraderie between the students, really?
100%, yeah. So the way we do it, they've got no choice but to get on with each other because they're with each other for 10 days. But yeah, it does work well. It sort of helps the underpinning knowledge as well because they are repeating and they're carrying on for, let's say, 10 days. So they can jump straight back into what they'd left off from the day before. So it helps sort of underpin all that knowledge. We are in touch with them as well while they're away from the college. So we do things like reviews and we do just welfare checks on them. So we're calling them, not continuously, but we're checking in with them. And we use the system, which I'm sure you're aware of, called Smart Assessor. Have you heard of that before? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So on there, we get them to log what they are doing while they're at work as well. And we can review that from our side as well.
So what support do you actually offer to employers then?
Yeah, so like I said, we are constantly in touch with our employers. We invite them into the centre so they can come and see what we're doing as well as us going out to see them. So just last week, or the week before, sorry, I'd travelled to Doncaster to see a firm they've only just recently signed up with us, but we went to have a look and see what they do so we could talk to them about how to best suit their apprentice, and getting a grip of what they actually do on site helps us on our delivery model as well, so we can tailor it to suit them. So we're very flexible like that as well.
What do you offer in regards to recruitment side of apprenticeships? Because obviously we know it's quite a big area at the moment. Everybody's struggling with recruitment. And it's a big question that we get asked at the Hub is, what can you do to support our recruitment? And with us being the project that we are, it's not sort of our specialist area, whereas a lot of providers do offer that recruitment support side of things, don't they?
Yeah, so a way that we sort of address that is we have regular employer forums. So with our 3 specialist areas, we'll host a forum where we'll invite employers to come to us. We'll have open discussions about what they need, how many apprentices they're looking to take, if we can put on something that will suit them better. So we're always evolving the sort of programs that we deliver. Although we've got the core of what we do, we like to open it up to suit employers. We also away from the apprenticeship side, we offer, it used to be called study programs, but it's access to building services level 2, which is in engineering.
Yeah.
That's like a gateway course where employers will take them out on work experience from there.
Yeah.
That's also a good link between the employers and us as well. So that's been quite successful for us. We get high, I don't know the exact percentage, but we do get a high amount of people retaining from there as well.
Yeah, it's great because I know it's such a big area right now. We go out and speak to a lot of businesses and they're saying, we want to put the vacancies up there, but are they going to get filled? And you're like, depending on which provider you work with, how you advertise them, what you write in your vacancies, depends on probably the uptake you'll get and the salary that you're willing to pay and all these types of things.
Exactly that, yeah. And it is massive at the moment with the skills gap as well, which we're trying to address. So with that, we're looking to actively fill places as well. So we're always there to support the employer.
And with apprenticeship rates are obviously often up there in the media, been talked about compared to A levels and things like that. What do you think makes an apprenticeship journey successful? Because there's apprenticeship, people do drop out of apprenticeships just like they drop out of any other courses and things like that. What makes that apprenticeship more successful than another?
Yeah, I think that's quite an interesting topic. That I think it's a relationship that you have with the college. So with us being a smaller scale provider, we sort of have a better relationship. Well, I won't say better, I can't offer that up against anything, but we have a good relationship with our learners, our students. Because our groups as is typically between 10 to 20 learners, we can sort of get around our learners a bit more. We can offer them a bit more one-to-one support. Yeah. And with the block release as well, they get to know us a lot quicker and a lot more personal as well. So I think that's a really good model for us as well. Yeah,
I think I would say similar. I worked for a provider and it's very much about the relationships that you build.
Yeah, definitely.
And then once that employer is familiar with you as a trainer and what you do, then they're willing to put that trust in you to then put more apprentices through with you. The apprentices will open up to you and you can help them see through any bumps in the road. And
exactly what I was about to say there. Sort of with the way that we deliver and the employers that keep coming back to us, we've sort of earned that trust with them and we're open with them, we communicate with them quite often. So I think it's a good relationship we've got with the employer as well as the learner as well.
So myths. There's loads of myths. We've done podcasts about myths and we've done media campaigns about myths. There's tons of myths around apprenticeships. What is the one that you hear the most frequently and the one that you want, or even the silliest one or anything like that, or the one you want to just get rid of?
Well, I've got a couple actually. So the most common one we hear is that apprenticeships are easy. I'm not here to try and put anyone off an apprenticeship. I'm a big advocate for it and I work in that industry, but they're by no means easy. They're part of that misconception is that you come and you just learn your vocational area and that's the end of it. It's not the case. There's a whole wide range of skills that you learn in your apprenticeship these days, which come to like communication, maths, English and ICT, which all need to be encompassed and they need to be completed before the end of the programme. But there's like PDBA sort of skills of wider personal skills to make you more. It's more about sort of training the person as well as becoming the engineer that we're trying to make you as well.
Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? People don't think about that.
I think a lot of them they don't understand what needs to be done at work as well. And this can sometimes be with the employer as well, which we're open and honest about that when we're signing them up. So look, we need this constant interaction. We need to come out to your site. We need your input into these knowledge, skills and behaviours as well. So it's, there's some very big misconceptions as well.
Is there anything else you'd like to add about apprenticeships from sort of like the provider's perspective or anything like that? Or
I just think at this moment in time, it's vitally important that we're promoting these to young people. Like we said earlier in this podcast, that there's a huge skills gap at the moment. There's more work out there than there is people to do it. So it's vitally important that we're promoting these young people to come into education and to learn a skill that'll set them up for life. Off the back of that as well, once you've got your apprenticeship and you've got your qualification, that's not the end of the journey as well. There's often other career pathways that you can take. Like myself, I never envisioned becoming a tutor when I did my apprenticeship. Now I'm a centre manager and it just shows that you can progress in that sort of route as well.
Lovely. Well, thank you so much for coming on today.
No, you're very welcome.
It's been lovely. Thank you.